of board games, okay? And you've got this in there in terms of what can be done with board games, where you could stack boards on a shelf, sort the parts into tool part cabinets, photocopy game directions, and put them in alphabetical order in a binder. Now, some people are cringing. They're thinking, not anyway. Other people, if your family is an avid board game player, this might be great because you're tired of losing the parts and the directions and everything. And of course, they make special containers for board games too, called Game Savers. So lots of choices. These are just some examples. Sports equipment. Large balls can go into a large plastic trash can, especially if you live in, say, Cary, where a few years back we all had large plastic trash cans, and then they gave us the official ones that we had to use, so we have all these others. You know, if you've got a nice hose it on down and use it for some of your big game equipment. Rackets, any type of racket might go on some kind of a pegboard. I know pegboards are usually for tools, but who says they can't be used for rackets? Skis, bicycles, etc. can be hung on the wall. Bicycles can actually be hung from the ceiling. And it really does work. I've seen it in motion. Protective gear might go in some kind of a drawer, a large rubber band, a chest, or a foot locker. So lots of different choices there. The desk, you need to decide on a material, like wood, plastic, metal, whatever. Which features are important? These are not the features that are important to you. These are the features that are important to your children. So some people want drawers for supplies. Some are going to do better without drawers. Maybe some kind of open containers, like open bin. File drawers, especially for those that are older, they may want file drawers, but they may want binders. I mean, it really does depend. If they have drawers, make sure the drawers move easily. Okay, let me tell you, if they have trouble getting it out or pushing it back in, not going to happen. Make sure that the desk and the chair are appropriate size. So ergonomically, make sure that it's the appropriate size for the child. And that's actually something to check as you go on. 5 minutes. Got to talk faster. So something to check as you go along, because sometimes it'll sneak up on you that they've aged and grown, and therefore what you got them originally doesn't work. This is just one example. This is called Ligare furniture. You put it together without tools, which is my favorite part because I'm not a tool person, but it's very flexible. So all these parts come and you assemble it, and then you can change it up. If you have one type, like this one over here, you can actually move that shelf to the other side or whatever. So the website is on there. We actually can give discounts on that, but we can talk about that later if you are interested. There are actually special filing systems for high school and college children, and I have an example over here that you can look at afterwards. But again, not going to work for everybody, because some people are doing filing, not doing filing. Frequently used items require easy accessibility. I know it sounds very logical, but remember what age the child is, what height the child is, because that will change. Label everything, so whether you get a label maker or you're using a permanent pen or tape or whatever, label everything. Store small items together, because otherwise, they tend to go everywhere. Baskets or collapsible crates can be put in heavily used rooms so that you can transport things from one place to another. So there are all sorts of things that you can put in one room and say, all toys or whatever that came in here that aren't supposed to be in here, they go in this basket and then we take them back and we put them away. Employ the one in, one out expectation. Of course, that only maintains the amount of clutter you have now. If you want less clutter, it needs to be one in, two out. Consider modular storage components, so things that can be changed around. Yeah. And one idea of color coding is each child has different colored towels, but they get to choose the color, so just because you tell them, then that's not going to work. They get to choose, but you may want to tell them first, like, here